Fahd, we have a very love and hate kind of a relationship with Afghanistan. And it's really complex to describe it here, but I won't dive down into what crisscrosses have been involved when it comes to the Pakistan's Afghan policy. But do we have a clear resolve now?
Well, I think the resolve has already been displayed when we hit targets inside Afghan territory. I think that was a huge step. Not just going into Afghanistan and taking out TTP targets, but also acknowledging it publicly. Mm-hmm. We've done this on previous occasions also. We know at that time, the government of Pakistan never actually said anything. This time around, I think the major difference was that they were able to acknowledge it, and acknowledging it publicly means that they are saying this is not the last time we are going to do this. If such acts of terrorism continue to emanate from Afghan soil. So I think it has been a major step for Pakistan, and on the basis of information that there was lots of debate and discussion about how to manage this particular initiative, if I may call it that. And I think ultimately the decision was made that we must not hold back, otherwise the message that we want to communicate to Afghanistan will not be relayed as clearly as we would like to. So clearly a Rubicon has been crossed, and I think there's no turning back from here.
Well, Mr. Malik, same question for you. Do we have a clear resolve now? Because retaliatory strikes have been happening in the past as well. Only this time it is more public. It is coming from the Foreign Office as well. But it's not changing. Nothing is changing in Afghanistan, because there is a report out there that says that even Al-Qaeda is getting foothold over there now. So it is ISKP, it is TTP, it is Al-Qaeda already there. Do you think that we are back to square one when it comes to Afghanistan?
Yeah, as for the resolve is declared, I think Pakistan, it was inevitable. Pakistan had to do it, and now Pakistan needs to hold the line, despite what Zabiullah Mujahid and others are making very strong statements. But there is a certain reality on ground. Now, there's an impression that's being given is as if the Taliban have been lying to us about everything. It isn't the case. When the Taliban came into power, one of the first issues that Pakistan raised with them, and this I'm talking about, I'm privy to a lot of things that happened behind the doors. And I've been covering Afghanistan since the 90s, even when the war of Mujahideen was going on there. And I was amongst the first 3 journalists who entered Kabul when it fell. So I have a pretty long field experience over there. That's what I'm saying. Now, Taliban made it very clear to them that it's not easy for us to rein in Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan people over there, because they owed it to them. They said that when Daesh and others were raising a serious challenge against the Taliban inside Afghanistan, TTP people fought alongside them. Yeah. And one of the senior-most leaders, when I was talking to him, he said to me very plainly, he said, Malik Sahab, how can we betray our friends when they need us and when they fought alongside us when we needed them? So that is their way of thinking at one level. Forget about other groups and other money interests and all that. This is the core understanding. So even when, during the last government, you might remember when I've narrated this incident earlier also, Khwaja Asif along with DGI went to Kabul. They had meetings and a lot of things were discussed. So Taliban asked them for about 15 billion rupees to at least move the families of TTP people away from the border, so that the Pakistan army could deal directly with the fighting side of the thing and not take on families as a collateral damage or something like that. That thing happened, progressed a little. I believe about 5 billion were paid out also, and then it fizzled out. So it's a multi-layered thing, and like you just said now yourself, that again you see a rise in Daesh, Al-Qaeda and everything. So the Taliban government has a lot of internal challenges. So it needs a lot of internal support from wherever it can get. TTP is giving its support to them in their own internal strifes. So I think it's becoming increasingly complicated. That's why the strike was very important. And the message was very clearly given to Taliban that, you know, no matter what your internal issues are, either keep them inside Afghanistan, but don't let those guys don't allow them to sort of spill it over into Pakistan.
Yeah.
So this was inevitable, but it's not as simple or as single-dimensional as it looks.